To our friends in Korea, Annyeong Hashim Nika. And to our friends in Japan, Konbanwa or Konnichiwa. I am Dick Cavett, I'm in 3D.
Back on the streets of Seoul, Nakayama from Japan is still on an exciting world record pace. It's one of the most exciting marathon races we've ever seen, Fred, because he's doing it all by himself.
All he is, but no.
Some people like to go out dancing. Then there's other people like us, man. We've got to work, a bit of watchman. There's even some evil buggers. They'll tell you that's just made out of dirt. That pretty women never really think. That villains always blink their eyes. That preacher all you want to blush, and that life is just a die. But I'll tell you all something. Anyone who's had a heart won't turn around and put their head down. Anyone who's played a part won't turn around and hit it. This is Jay.
Clink.
Hi, compare.
I heard it. Domo arigato. Very good. Kampai.
Good morning, Mr. Orwell. Bonjour, Monsieur Orwell. Good morning, Mr. Orwell. Bonjour, Monsieur Orwell.
Watch it fall.
Long words. Excellent words. I can hear them now. This is the picture. 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 Sitting by the window, watching the snow fall. I'm looking out, and I'm moving, I'm turning in time, catching up, moving in, and I can land on my feet. Look out! This is the picture. 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 This is the picture.
Good morning. You've made it, and we've made it to 1984. You and I are here today to say hello to a notorious new year as we recover from saying goodbye to an old one. I'm George Plimpton here in New York, welcoming you to what promises to be a rather unusual event in live television. We call it Good Morning, Mr. Orwell, and it's being beamed all around the world live, from New York, from San Francisco, and the Pompidou Center in Paris. Thanks to Bright Star, a satellite orbiting 22,000 miles in space, you will see live performances from here and Paris simultaneously. As a matter of fact, at this very moment, Monsieur Claude Villers, my Parisian counterpart, is introducing this program to French television audiences, telling them, no doubt, how our transatlantic variety show will bring us everything from rock and roll to comedy to avant-garde music and dance. George Orwell, of course, made 1984 what it is today when he wrote the book in 1948. It was a warning against totalitarianism and the dangers of electronic technology, all summed up in that famous, sinister phrase, "Big Brother is watching you." What you're about to see, however, are positive and interactive uses of electronic media, which Mr. Orwell, the first media prophet, never predicted. This is a New Year's celebration which could only happen with television. The creator of our program, video visionary Nam June Paink, calls it a global disco. But let's commence and check in with Monsieur Villers in Paris, where I'm told real men do eat quiche.
Voilà.
Bonjour, Monsieur Villers. À votre santé.
Hello, George.
Shall we
À
toast
votre
the new
santé.
year? Bonne et
Yes,
heureuse
we'll
année
do
à
that.
vous. And to
Happy
France.
New Year to you
And to you, sir.
everyone.
Ah, la
Okay.
même chose à vous, à France aussi. Now,
Yeah, and
I believe the popular French singer
maintenant,
Sappho is about
nous
to
allons
perform
retrouver Sappho
live
qui
her
va
new
avec nous
song.
dire bonjour, Monsieur Orwell.
Bonjour Monsieur Orwell, je suis au rendez-vous du temps. Une terrienne rebelle belle, vous voilà chez les mutants. Nous sommes des murs gris qui annoncent le futur. Écailles de graffiti, des mémoires qu'on rature.
Il était donc un parti, donc une surprise partie. Jamais complètement d'accord. Independent mind, independent mind, independent mind.
Kill him! Les speakers de radio parlent déjà de 9 langues. Ils ne disposent que de 5 mots super géants, Mickey, Big Bang. Big Brother is not watching you, mais la TV nous mange la tête. Et qu'est-ce que je vous fais à vous? Je vous mange la tête, je vous mange la tête.
Je ne suis donc un parti, donc une surprise partie. Jamais complètement d'accord. Independent mind, independent mind, independent mind. Kill
me! Georges, t'y allais un peu fort. Ton scénario n'est pas raccord. Quelque chose subsiste encore. Le désir n'est pas mort. Le désir n'est pas mort. Le désir n'est pas mort. Le désir n'est pas mort.
And now, welcome to Cavalcade of Intellectuals, a transatlantic forum for the exchange of advanced concepts with our regular panelists Susan Sontag and Michel Foucault. Substituting for our regular panelists today are Leslie Fuller in Paris and Mitchell Kriegman in New York.
Thank you. Thank you. Our focus today is on the insidious destruction of human intimacy by television technology. And by that I mean the appliance that most of us have in our homes, which is not a Cuisinart or, say, a toaster, but instead a highly visual medium.
Yes, Mr. Kriegman, but I think it goes without saying that human intimacy, which is, of course, a unique biostructure within most human modules, at least in this planet, and, of course, subject to aesthetic and moral decisions and predecisions, and I would include in this case, of course, theory and practice, as philosophical guidelines do TICDIC, as well as moral and psychological and sociological.
Well,
let us not forget the historical. I would...
What's going on? We lost Paris.
Qu'est-ce qui arrive?
I can't see her.
What's happening?
Can she hear me? Leslie, can you hear me?
We've lost New York.
Can you hear me, Leslie?
Yes, but I can't see you. What's going on?
They're having trouble, I don't know, with the satellite, I guess.
Oh, I see. Well, that's live television for you. I don't suppose anyone else can hear us, can they?
I don't think so. I don't think they can.
Oh, good. Well, then we're alone. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Listen, did you think about what I said last night?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Well?
I'm still thinking about it.
Look, you've got to tell me. I'm going nuts.
Look, Mitchell, this isn't the time or the place, okay? I don't think we should... just a second. We've got the picture back. Mitchell?
Yes?
Can you see me? I can see you.
Yes, I can see you. Look, if you don't give me an answer right now, I'm going to kill myself right here on this program, right here on live TV.
You will not.
I will. Can you see that?
What is that?
Monosodium glutamate, a whole quart.
Mitchell, you're terribly allergic to that. Don't. What are you doing with that?
I'm going to drink it. Unless you say yes.
All right, ready to roll? Places, please.
Mitchell, no, don't, please. We're about to go back on the program. Don't do this, okay?
I don't care. I don't care about this show. I don't care about the avant-garde. All I care about is you.
All right, quiet, please. Places ready to go in 5,
No.
4, 3,
No, Mitchell, don't.
2,
Okay.
1.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Welcome back to Cavalcade of Intellectuals, where we're discussing the destruction of human intimacy by television.
Yes, and of course it goes without saying that human intimacy, which is one of those biological superstructures, in the case of most human modules, requires a unique and deliberate moral and aesthetic choice before we enter into such a dilemma. I would regard the theory and practice of this particular dilemma as especially important within the theosophical modes of preparation, as well as the moral, the historical, the economical, the sociological, the philosophical, the historical. I would never go so far as to say that this was not an important issue. And as
Won't you listen to me? Wake up! Won't you listen to me? Wake up! Won't you listen to me? Won't you listen to me? Won't you listen to me? Big Brother's watching, we watch him back. We see right through his disguise. He tries to scare us with angry words, but we
It's been said that listening to John Cage's music is like chewing sand. Well, I'll leave that up to you and your teeth to decide. Meanwhile, we've been seeing and hearing simultaneously a performance by the German artist Joseph Beuys and two pianists from Turkey. Mr. Beuys is the provocative leader of conceptual and performance art movements. He's also a fellow who occasionally performs with horses on stage and whose favorite sculpture materials are animal fat and felt, none of which he is using at this moment. Although Mr. Cage here has improvised with many unusual instruments, I don't believe he has ever improvised with my specialty, fireworks, created at this very instant by Pierre-Alain Hubert from just outside the Pompidou Center in Paris. And so from Paris, fire away.
Good morning. Last year, I was on a twin-engine plane coming from Milwaukee to New York City. And just over LaGuardia, one of the engines conked out, and we started to drop straight down, flipping over and over. Then the other engine died, and we went completely out of control. New York City started to get taller and taller. A voice came over the intercom and said,
"Our pilot has informed us that we are about to attempt a crash landing. Please extinguish all cigarettes. Place your tray tables in their upright, locked position. Your captain says, please do not panic. Your captain says, place your head in your hands. Your captain says, put your hands on your knees. Captain says, put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your knees." This is your captain. Have you lost your dog? We are going down. We are all going down. Together.
As it turned out, we were caught in a downdraft and rammed into a bank. It was, in short, a miracle. But afterwards I was terrified of getting onto planes, and I'd always have to find one of the other passengers to talk to. You can spot these people immediately. There's one on every flight. Someone who's really on your wavelength. I was on a flight from L.A. when I spotted one of them sitting across the aisle. A girl about 15, and she had this stuffed rabbit set up on her tray table, and she kept arranging and rearranging the rabbit and kind of waving to it. Hi there. And I thought, this is the one I want to sit next to. So I sat down and we started to talk, and suddenly I realized she was speaking an entirely different language. Computerese, a kind of a high-tech lingo. Everything was circuitry, electronics, switching. We talked mostly about her boyfriend, and this guy was never in a bad mood. He was in a bad mode. moody kind of a guy. The romance was apparently kind of rocky, and she kept saying, man, oh man, like, oh man, it's so digital. And she just meant the relationship was on again, off again, always two things, switching. Current runs through bodies, and then it doesn't. It was a language of sounds, of noise, of switching, of signals. It was the language of the rabbit, the caribou, the penguin, the beaver, a language of the past. Current runs through bodies, and then it doesn't. On again, off again. Always two things switching, one thing instantly replacing another. It was the language of the future. Put your knees up to your chins. Have you lost your dog? Put your hands over your eyes. Jump out of the plane. There is no pilot. You are not alone. This is the language of the on again, off again future. And it is digital.
J'aime flâner sur les grands boulevards. Il y a tant de choses, tant de choses, tant de choses à voir. On n'a qu'à choisir au hasard. On se fait des ampoules à zigzaguer parmi la foule. J'aime les baraques et les bazars, les étalages et les loteries et leurs tableaux bavards. Qui vous évitent leurs bobards. Ça fait passer le temps et on oublie son cafard.
Je ne suis pas riche à millions, je suis tourneur chez Citroën. Je peux pas me payer des distractions tous les jours de la semaine. Aussi, moi j'ai mes petites manies qui me font plaisir et ne coûtent rien. Ainsi, dès le travail fini, je file entre la porte Saint-Denis et le boulevard des Italiens. J'aime flâner sur les grands boulevards. Il y a tant de choses, tant de choses, tant de choses à voir. On y voit des grands jours d'espoir, des jours de colère qui font sortir le populaire. Là, vibre le cœur de Paris, toujours ardent, parfois frondeur, avec ses chants, ses cris. Et de jolis moments d'histoire sont inscrits partout le long de nos grands boulevards. J'aime flâner sur les grands boulevards, les soirs d'été quand tout le monde aime bien se coucher tard. On a des chances d'apercevoir deux yeux angéliques que l'on suit jusqu'à République. Puis je retrouve mon petit hôtel, ma chambre ou ma fenêtre donne sur un coin du ciel. Tout me parvient comme un appel à toutes les lueurs, à toutes les rumeurs du monde enchanteur des grands boulevards.
What you've just heard is the classic blues yodel, a product of the Texas plains. Swiss yodels, on the other hand, tend to occur in the mountains. And just as the yodel reverberates between mountain peaks, imagine our blues yodel as it is transmitted by satellite to Paris and then sent back again to New York and again fed to Paris and so on, echoing upon itself until it becomes what we call a space yodel. Because there is almost a full second delay in a round-trip transatlantic satellite transmission like this, we get a curious feedback, or an echo effect. So, to paraphrase T.S. Eliot, let us go then, you and I, when our yodel is spread out against the sky, and listen to an immortal classic, the space yodel.
Ah-dee-dee-o-de-lay, o-dee-o-de-lay, o-de-lay,
Now, when applied to the art of movement and the dance of Ms. Cunningham, our satellite feedback moves us into the realm of live science fiction. So let's venture a quantum leap from yodeling to dance as we observe the legendary Ms. Cunningham as he becomes the first man of 1984 to truly dance with himself.
salle à manger accrochée dans la chaise à droite. Impossible. Aucun musicien ne pourra jamais communiquer ça. Tandis que la main, si Girardot peint la salle à manger, le chapeau à plumes et tout ce qu'on vient de décrire, il communique même beaucoup plus qu'en parole. Parce qu'on a la subtilité des nuances et même on peut voir les plumes que si on souffle vont bouger au moment où on souffle sur ces plumes. Maintenant, et pour en finir, il n'y a aucun doute que si au moment de présenter certaines structures visuelles précises en hologramme, c'est-à-dire grâce à la lumière cohérente, les mêmes informations peuvent être données par un hologramme acoustique. À ce moment-ci, on peut renforcer de beaucoup ce qu'on est en train de regarder.
organs are identical in the male and female. Individual man.
I have a picture pinned to my wall, an image of you and of me, and we're laughing with love at it all. Look at our life now, all tattered and torn. We fuss and we fight and delight in the tears that we cry until dawn. Oh, hold me now. Oh, hold my heart. Stay with me. Let loving start. Let loving start. You say I'm a dreamer. We're two of a kind. Both of us searching for some perfect world we know we'll never find. So perhaps I should leave here, yeah, go far away. But you know that there's nowhere that I'd rather be than with you here today. Hold me now. Oh, hold my heart.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
If you want to learn how to meditate, I'll tell you now, cause it's never too late. I'll tell you how, cause I can't wait. It's just that great that it's never too late. The first thing you do when you meditate is keep your spine, your backbone straight. Sit yourself down on a pillow on the ground, or sit in a chair if the ground isn't there. If the ground isn't there, if the ground isn't there, sit where you are if the ground isn't there. Follow your breath out, open your eyes, sit there steady and sit there wise. Follow your breath right out of your nose, follow it out as far as it goes. Follow your breath, but don't hang on to the thought of your death in old Saigon. Follow your breath when thought forms rise. Whatever you think, it's a big surprise. It's a big surprise, it's a big surprise. It's a big surprise, it's a big surprise. All you got to do is to imitate. You're sitting meditating and you're never too late. The thoughts catch up, but your breath goes on. You don't have to drop your nuclear bomb. See a vision come, say hello, goodbye. Play it dumb with an empty eye. See a Holocaust, recall your mind. It just went past with the western wind. See apocalypse in a long red car or a flying saucer. Sit where you are if you can't think straight and you don't know who to call. It's never too late to do nothing at all. Do nothing at all, nothing at all. It's never too late to do nothing at all. Do the meditation, follow your breath, so your body and your mind get together for a rest. Get together for a rest, get together for a rest. Relax your mind, get together for a rest. Sit for an hour or a minute every day. You can tell the superpower to sit the same way. You can tell the superpower to watch and to wait. And to stop and meditate goes, it's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. To tell the superpower to stop and meditate. No, it's never too late. It's never too late. To tell the superpower to stop and meditate. Do the meditation, do the meditation, do the meditation, do the meditation. Learn a little patience and generosity, 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 and generosity. Get yourself together, lots of energy, and learn a little patience and generosity, 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 and generosity, 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 yeah, generosity.
I may not be Big Brother, but I am watching you. Right here from my 1984 vantage point by Charlotte Moorman and her famous TV cello. You know, I don't think George Orwell would ever have envisioned such a thing as a TV cello. Tell me about it.
Well, Namjoon Paik did. It's nothing more than 3 television sets made into a cello. He took, you can make one at home. He took the tubes out of the chassis, elongated the wires, and the controls are underneath me. He's made a TV Buddha. He's made a TV garden. He's made a TV chair, a TV pyramid, a TV bra.
A TV bra? What,
yes.
Little tiny Sony sets?
A brassiere of television sets.
How much did it weigh?
60 pounds.
My goodness.
Can
I play this thing?
Yes,
Is there a chance of
you
playing?
can. Let's make a little duet here.
Do I play the top or the bottom?
Do both. I need sound. I need sound.
How's it doing? Now, you must be able to get more out of this than I can.
Yes, I need sound.
Ah.
They
It
didn't
sounds
turn
too
the
much
sound
like a
off.
regular cello.
They didn't turn the sound off.
Well, it still sounds pretty good to me. There it goes. Oh, that's magnificent. That's
Now
wonderful.
we've
There
got
we
it.
are. Well, that's quite different than what we had before. Well, now, can you get Paris on this thing?
Of course we can get Paris. Absolutely.
Let's see where Paris is coming up here. The sound is wonderful, though. Oh, there we are. There's Paris.
Do we have Paris now?
York State, planted 50 feet of the raspberry gate. Now I see them a-growing on my plate. A lovely suite of raspberries growing in a row. Sweetest country time, feeding them raspberries to grow.
On the satellite. On the satellite. On the satellite. On the radio. On the radio.
Forget how sweet you are.
Sweet you are.
Keep going.
On the radio.
With meditation in the winter time.
Meditation.
With meditation in the winter time.
Meditation. On the radio.